Hey guys, Ernie here and welcome to the Paleo Hiker MD channel. One of the things you see most these days is companies out of China, normally, cloning, or we'll just call it ripping off certain products and remaking it under their own name and just saying, hey, check out this product. We came up with this great idea that we borrowed from another company. I recently found a system from the company BRS out of China, which is the same general concept as the Jetboil Flash, but it costs $110 less than the Jetboil. You heard that right, $110. Is it possible that the cost of a Jetboil can be justified compared to a $36 stove from BRS? Let's put them up against each other and we'll find out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll be the first to tell you that gear is expensive, and if you can find cheaper gear that works just as well as more expensive gear, I'm all for it. From the outside, you look at this product from BRS and you'd say there is no way that a Jetboil is worth $110 more than this product. No way. Well, I don't know. We're going to look at each system. We're going to look at each individual component. We're going to boil water. We're going to compare fuel usage. We're going to look at all this stuff. Let me show you these two products. We'll boil some water and then we'll talk about what we think. Okay, this is the BRS-61 1500 watt backpacking stove system. Very simple, very cool. A good combination of a lot of different features from more expensive products. Here is the actual system. Dimensions packed like this are 3.9 by 3.9 by 5.1. When you unpack it, it's 3.9 by 3.9 by 6.9, so it gains a little bit in height. Weighs 12.7 ounces or 360 grams. The materials are aluminum, stainless steel, and copper. Power is 1500 watts or 5,115 BTU, not super high on the BTU. Capacity is half a liter or 2.1 cups, made in China, costs $36. I'll show you the different components here. Has a little fuzzy stuff sack, which is actually kind of nice. I mean, it's going to protect the inside, which is nice. So here are your three components along with the bag for the stove and the bag for the whole thing. Has an integrated piezo igniter, which is pretty nice. The pot locks into place. It's got this kind of triangular bottom, so you pop it on and then you kind of twist it and it locks into place and it's not coming off, which is pretty interesting. The other good thing is that some of these, they're very hard to unlock. They're very hard to unlock. This one's not. Comes off pretty easily, and you can just get it started, just lock it a little bit, and it's not going to go anywhere, and easily unlock it. Does have push button ignition, like I said. It's got this very nice heat-proof sleeve that is removable. You can just unvelcro this and remove the heat-proof sleeve if you want to wash it or do whatever it is. It'll hold a standard 110 gram canister, or so it says. It has a large control knob, which is very nice, especially when you're using it with gloves, and it has a storage bag for all that stuff. And this is the newly updated Jetboil Flash. Dimensions are 4.25 by 4.25 by 7.5 when it's packed like this. Weight is 13 ounces or 371 grams. Materials, aluminum, stainless steel, and copper. Power, it's pretty impressive, 5,300 BTU. Capacity is 4.2 cups or 1 liter, which is quite a bit bigger than some of the smaller copycats out there like the BRS. Made in China, costs $145. Pretty significant difference. Different parts of this, you've got the lid, okay? You've got the actual stove itself. You've got a stand, folding stand for your gas canister. This is newly designed. We have a full review of this in a different video comparing it to the old Jetboil Flash. Underneath, once again, it has the cup that you can use. It's got the burner, the drinking cup, all this stuff. It'll all fit inside with a standard 110 gram canister. It's all very compact, very standard. This is pretty much the gold standard, I think, in this type of genre or type of product. So there are your components of the Jetboil Flash, the updated Jetboil Flash. It's all nice and good. These things are designed to boil water. So let's boil some water and then we'll talk about everything. So let's just review those results one more time. I'll read them to y'all. Boiling for the BRS, 2 minutes, 44 seconds, 7 grams of fuel. Jetboil, 2 minutes, 5 seconds, 5 grams of fuel. So let's do a little calculation, shall we? 130 gram fuel canister. Divide that by 7 and you get 18 boils. Now look, I don't think you're going to get 18 boils. I don't think you're going to be able to get, let's say 16. We'll deduct a couple. So we'll say 16. 16 boils out of the BRS. Now, if you look at the same 130 grams, you divide that by 5, that's 26. If we take out another 2 or 3, or 24 boils. So 16 versus 24 boils, that's a pretty big difference. As far as the pros of the BRS, I think the biggest pro is the cost. And that's where it kind of ends, because the cons of the BRS comparatively are quite a bit. You've got a longer boiling time, more fuel usage, no cup, a pretty sticky locking mechanism, and you cannot fit that fuel canister in there, guys. I know I did it, but it's such a pain. It's not easy. You're going to get frustrated. It's annoying. Cons of the Jetboil: cost. The cost is a lot more, but the pros are many. Super fast boil time, minimal fuel usage. It's got the drinking cup that locks on to the bottom. It locks on. I'm looking at you, MSR. Locks on. It's a smooth locking mechanism, and it's a complete cook kit. The biggest thing is the fuel usage. 2 grams of fuel per boil. It takes 3 boils to get 1 extra boil out of the Jetboil. When you're talking about a small fuel canister, and we looked at the numbers, if you get a full 130 grams, you're going to get 26 boils out of one and about 19 boils out of the other. That's a big difference. Now look, it's obvious which one I'm going for here. If you're worried about money and money alone, go with the BRS. You cannot beat the cost, $36. But understand what you're getting and don't say that it's just as good. It's not just as good. It's just cheaper. It works. It works fine, but it's not as good. It's just cheaper. And it uses more fuel. Facts don't lie about that, guys. Strictly speaking, the fuel savings would take a long time to make up. All right, I mean, you're talking about a lot of money. $110, that's a lot of gas canisters. If they're $6, $7 each, you do the math. It would take a while to get there. But if you buy one product and you use it year after year after year, it won't take forever for you to end up saving money by getting the Jetboil, just saving money on gas. But time is valuable, right? I mean, that 30 seconds you save on the Jetboil, that's a huge deal. That adds up. No, it doesn't, guys. It doesn't. If I'm worried about 30 seconds or a minute when I'm out in the woods boiling water, then I probably shouldn't be out in the woods, because I should have an extra 30 seconds or a minute. So it's not about time either. It's not about the money either. It's about the quality of the product. Why do I prefer the Jetboil? Simply because it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it does it over and over and over and over. It stands the test of time. My original Jetboil Flash that I bought 7, 8 years ago looks exactly the same. I can't tell you how many gas canisters I've put through it, and it still works just fine. At the end of the day, many people have tried to beat the Jetboil, and I think the only one that really is close is the MSR wind burner system, the personal wind burner system. And we'll be taking a look at the Flash versus the wind burner system down the road. At the end of the day, that MSR is $200. $40 basically for the BRS, $140, $150 for the Flash. $200 for the wind burner. What are you looking for? What do you really need? Guys, money's money. It's your money. You decide what you want to get. If you're only worried about money, buy the BRS. If you're worried about other things, think wisely where you invest your money. The biggest thing is that you don't just say, hey, this is the same as a Jetboil. I hear that all the time. This is just like a Jetboil. It's the same thing. It's just a lot cheaper. It's not. We've shown that here today. Quality, consistency, efficiency. Jetboil wins pretty much every time. Maybe sometimes it wins by a little, sometimes it wins by a lot, but it always, always wins. Every time I test something against the Flash, particularly a cheaper product, it always wins. Again, you look at the MSR, the Switch, or the wind burner, they're much more competitive. But if you're looking at these cheap Fire Maple, other products, any of these other ones, they just do not end up comparing. They're heavier, they cost a lot less, but they do not work as well. That kind of consistency, dominance, performance, it's worth $110 more in my book any day of the week. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Do you think this guy's an idiot? Like, just buy the cheaper thing. They're the exact same thing. Tell me down below why you think they're the exact same thing. Tell me why I'm wrong, because I don't think they're the exact same thing at all. They're very different, and I think this comparison is a good one. The BRS works. It works fine. It uses more gas. You can save gas, you can save time, but at the end of the day, what you're really doing is you're just buying a superior product that's going to work for you year after year after year, no questions asked. Do me a favor, guys, if you like the video, hit the thumbs up down below. If you are not subscribed, hit the subscription button. And if you want to make sure you find all the other videos I'm talking about making or the ones that I've made before about stoves, check out my stove playlist. There are a bunch of videos on that playlist. As always, guys, I appreciate you checking out the Paleo Hiker MD channel. Hope it didn't make anybody too mad today. As always, stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching, guys.